Is Hotel Architect actually playable on the Steam Deck? I spent a few hours testing it so you don't have to. And here's the sauce. It might be one of the coziest management sims I have ever tried on the deck. Hello everyone and welcome back. If you're into simulation games, managing chaos and squeezing every last liter of space that you can, you're in the right place. Today we're going to look at the playtest version of Hotel Architect. It's a new indie hotel sim that's coming to Steam Early Access May 20th. But is it actually playable on the Steam Deck? Or does it miss check-in time? So what is Hotel Architect? It's a quirky hotel building simulator that is coming to early access in a couple of weeks. The game has you build rooms, manage staff, deal with various types of guests, and expand your hotel empire. Think Sim Tower meets Prison Architect. Ooh, Sim Prison Tower Architect. I'd play the hell out of that. Somebody make that, please. This game has such a cozy feel. Like, I could easily see this being right at home on the Switch. It absolutely oozes cozy Nintendo vibes. But how does it fare on the Steam Deck? Well, let's take a look, shall we? Let's talk Steam Deck performance. I tested this on my 512GB launch Steam Deck, and here's what I came up with. The graphics settings, they're all set to high. That's what the game defaulted to when I fired it up, so I just stuck with that. Frames, 40 to 50-ish in the early game. It dropped with more guests as well as when I sped the time up, but that kind of thing, I expected that. Battery life, around 3 hours for handheld mode. Temperatures were decent for the first little while, but after about an hour or so, they shot into the low to mid 80s and kind of bounced around in that range. It's not buttery smooth, but it's smooth enough for the most part, especially for a management sim. I, however, did come across this goofy ghosting graphical anomaly. I'm not too sure if it's due to my capture device or being docked, as I didn't see it in handheld mode and it only seemed to show up on certain floor decorations. Oh, and at one point, the UI just up and disappeared, like poof, fucking gone. I could hear the game and whatnot, but the UI was just gone. I didn't know what I did to make it disappear, and I didn't know what I did to make it come back. It seemingly did that on its own. Okay, here's the tricky part. Controls. Hotel Architect has no native controller support. That means you'll need to rely on the trackpads or a custom layout, which I guess is a given. There were plenty of generic layouts to use that were solid templates. Dragging objects still feels a bit clunky though. You can play it, but it's not plug and play. However, if you want plug and play, throw that deck in the dock, get your mouse and keyboard, and you are good to go. The mouse and keyboard controls work just as you would expect. So now we're gonna talk UI and text readability. Text is of course small. The menus aren't half bad, really. If you don't have a hawk vision for words, you'll struggle in handheld mode. Docking the deck to a monitor or TV, of course, solves this. But on the go, prepare for squinting. Hello, I would like to check in, please. I was told that there would be a continental breakfast available. I just want to add, I didn't spend a huge amount of time in handheld mode since this was just a playtest. Once the game officially launches onto early access, I plan on doing a more in-depth look. There's something weirdly addicting about Hotel Architect. It's got that one more room, one more guest gameplay feel. I find it hard to put down. Watching guests complain about the bad food while your janitor has like 6 machines to fix, chaotic, but entertaining. Hotel Architect on the Steam Deck keeps you hooked, and I can't put my finger exactly on how it does it, but I will say I found the gameplay engaging and rewarding. Well, I guess I can put my finger on it then. But don't forget, this is a playtest version. Features are missing and controller support status is unknown. So you'll have to wait for early access release to see how all this comes together. But it's pretty promising. This is my third playtest for Hotel Architect, and I really feel like this game should be on your radar ahead of its release date. So here's the final verdict for Hotel Architect on Steam Deck. Gameplay was solid and fun. If you're a fan of sim games, this should be on your wish list. Judging by the 3 times I participated in the playtest, the full version should have great value. I'm just hoping for a reasonable price. I feel a $20 to $30 range for this would be the right price point. Closer to the $20 mark, I think would make this an insta-buy for sim fan. Would you play Hotel Architect on your Steam Deck? Let me know in the comments. Well, that's it. As always, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, you're a champ, and I love you very much. I hope to see you back for the next one. So until then, enjoy life on the deck and take it easy, eh? Still hunting for your next Steam Deck game? Try one of my other videos. Unless you're fully booked already, eh? Subscribe for more reviews of Steam Deck games that are probably mostly accurate. Maybe you want more indie game Steam Deck reviews. I have those too. They're great.